Hello, good evening to all. I am Pushpita Chaudhary, an editing team member of Legal Law Forum. I welcome you all to the second live session of LLF Talks. Today we have with us Advocate Javalit Soniji. Professionally, he is practicing as an advocate at Gujarat High Court. He is a partner at the firm at BK Soniji, which is practicing since last 37 years. Since his birth, he is staying in Ahmedabad and loves this beautiful city. So today we will be taking few questions which has been demanded by all. So starting with sir, I wanted to ask what is the importance of labor law for practice for law students?
Yes, I will certainly answer. But before we begin, let us just wish Happy Guru Purnima to all everyone, and paying respect to from whoever we have learned. Let us just begin the session. So first of all, labor laws gives very rare privilege to legal students. I tell you how. Because of that, I as a law student had an opportunity to appear before labor court. See how it happens. Like as per section 36(4) of Industrial Dispute Act, and if my memory is correct, as per section 9(4) of the IR code, the legal practitioner cannot appear before a labor court in absence of the consent of the other side and without the permission of the court. So when I was in SY, there was an office object or the authority objection by the worker. So the VP of the advocate, my father, was rejected. So I got an opportunity to appear before labor court, and that's how. So it is not known to many people. Some may know it, some may not know it. So it is my suggestion to all the law students that stay connected with the firms who practice in labor court. That may, see, in 2.5 years of practice in labor court, I got only one opportunity. But if you are lucky, then you may have opportunity to explore how the lower courts work. It is always advised that if you have experience of lower courts, then you know how the practice works. And using that experience will always be helpful in practicing High Court or Supreme Court. So it is my big suggestion to all the law students: give equal importance of labor law, that you don't know how you can use it. Secondly, what I have heard and I have seen from your previous video, that those who are interested in practicing in the big law firms, the corporate firms, they are mainly focusing in company laws. So, if you are dealing with a client which is running a company, then he will certainly be having some issues related to labor laws. So when a client during the discussion of company law, if put a question of labor law, then either you will miss an opportunity to uplift your image, or your client may even think that this law is not that much efficient. So it is my earnest request to all the law students that if you wish to join any such firms, please do pay proper attention to labor laws. And now the task is even more simpler, because all the labor laws are reformed in just 4 labor codes. So that uniformity will certainly help you to understand the labor law. So please do stay focused on it. This is my request.
Okay, sir. Then you are saying that it is more important to focus on labor law than on company law.
Equal importance.
Equal importance.
Okay. Because all the laws are same. Some may have interest in these company law, some may have interest in labor law. But this is an advice to those who wish to practice in mainly in corporate firm. You may face such issues. I am not completely aware of what is the culture of the corporate firm, because I had never had any such experience. This is what my reasonable logic says, and that's what I am conveying to all the law students.
So second questions what we have is what is control industry and how cases are referred to the labor code?
See, it is really an interesting process. Before we understand this, control industry is a big concept. We cannot, but still, if I give you a rough idea, first let us understand how the matters are referred. If a workman is either terminated or transferred, then he will file a complaint before the government, appropriate government, to be more precise. The appropriate government via Assistant Labour Commissioner will invite both the party to come to a settlement. And if the matter is not settled, then he will issue a failure notice. And that failure notice, by that failure notice, the government will issue a reference to the Labour Court Industrial Tribunal. So here the control industry will play a major role, because if the worker has not approached the appropriate government, be it center or state, then the reference will itself become illegal. So it is really understand for law student that what is a control industry, which are the notified control industry by the notification in the official gazette, so that you can appropriately advise your client. This is what I say.
Sir, what is the importance of interest when a law student is unable to use, SCC or any other law software in this COVID pandemic time? Since we are unable to go to colleges and,
Yeah, see, even in my times, I talk about 2010 to 13, I was a law student. I mean, if I first say that what Elon Musk has said, I will repeat it, that now in this era, each and everything is available free of cost on the internet. All the learnings are available. Today, in my college days, I used to Indian Kanons and other websites, which always give a productive result from your search. I even found them to be more effective. Sometimes it even happens that I search a judgment on Indian Kanon and use the software only to print it so that I can cite it before a honorable court. So there is nothing to worry. Each and every judgment, everything is available on the internet. So all you need to do is just explore the opportunity, which is given to you free of cost. So always stay precise and try to sharpen your X by doing proper research. If you know what to search, you will certainly find it. Take me from it.
Also, how to search? Means if a case comes before you and you need to cite some case laws before the honorable court, how to find the relevant case laws?
See, first, this is even we have been advised as a law student, and now we even advise to those who ask this question that first you need to know what are the exact facts of the case, which is the cause of action, what creates the problem between the parties. First, you need to understand that. Secondly, after understanding that, you need to make proper analysis which law is applicable. After knowing which law is applicable, you need to search which precise section is applicable. Now, combining the relevant section and combining the exact keywords which you have found in, suppose it is termination, then you search for termination, you search for illegal termination, it is the transfer, how transfer is illegal or illegal, like that. What is retrenchment, how 240 days are calculated, many things. This will certainly you will learn by the experience. But if you know what is the fact, what is the applicable law, certainly you will know how to search the judgment.
Sir, Indian Kanons and softwares like SCC Online, Indian Kanons and Supreme Court software, means Juris.in, that software. Sir, we will get each and every judgment which is present in Manupatra or SCC Online.
I may not say each. I mean, so far as my experience is concerned, if I try to find something there, you can even on Indian Canon, you can find the daily orders that even if I take an adjournment, you may even find that. So it is, I cannot formally say that you will find each and everything. But so far as my experience is concerned, I am not dissatisfied at all. Fully satisfied.
Sir, how important it is to read the judgments for law students. Being a fourth-year law student, I have been told by my seniors as well as the seniors I'm interning under, they have always advised to read the judgment. Sir, if a judgment has 200 or 250 pages and more than that, how to focus on that?
See, for a law student, it is not possible to read and 240 judgments because you need to do your you need to submit your not seminar, that
draft.
Draft. So, but you can stay precise on. You can start with small judgments. I may suggest that. by reading the small judgment, you will start getting a rough idea how the courts are interpreting the facts and the applicable law. If you will directly try to judge 240-page judgment, then it is even difficult for me after this much experience. Even I need to go through it. I need to read 2-3 times any judgment. Then we understand if it is a lengthy one, because there are lots of applicable facts are there, laws are there, certain Supreme Court and High Court judgment will be cited, that will be examined. So it is really difficult. So start small and then go for big judgment. This is what my suggestion is. And if still you need to, then go first read the commentary. Don't rely on it. I mean, I'm not saying don't rely on it, because sometimes commentary is not exactly what it is stated in judgment, so for my experience concerned. But if you need to read a commentary, then you know what is the Honorable High Court or Apex Court is trying to convey. You will have a rough idea about it. And for a law student, I believe that is sufficient.
Exactly, sir. So how important it is for a law student to take part in moot courts, debate, elocution, or any other competitions like research papers, writing essay competitions? How it is important for any law students?
See, it is really important, because ultimately, if you take part, you got experience. It sharpens your eyes. You know how to, your oratory skills improve, your memories improve, your argument skills improve. I tell you my experience that my first day in Gujarat High Court, I could argue one case on day one, because I took this elocution competition and moot court competition very seriously. It's not, I cannot claim that once you are proven that you can certainly argue on, but it will really help you to understand the how you should begin arguing with the court. So it is my honest request to all the law students, please be serious about it if you are really willing to practice in the courts. It is really important.
Sir, writing research paper and participating in moot court both go in hand in hand.
I have not experienced about this writing research paper, because but yes, in moot court you will given the exact summary of the what is the case about. Someone will appear for the petitioner, someone will appear for the respondent, and you will know what how to interpret the facts, which law is applicable, and more importantly, you will get the courage. Your courage will be enhanced when you face the judge. Many times it happens that when you ask a question and you are not ready for it, you start wondering what should I do. That experience will, it will that experience will be really important for you to deal with such situations. See, when as a law student or as a fresh lawyer, you are allowed to commit mistake. Trust me on that. So if you make a mistake, you can certainly tell the honorable court that, sir, I don't know, and I need to refer to certain applicable laws and judgment. I need to examine it. Then please give me one opportunity to come with my submission. And I believe that the judges are really more often kind to grant an accommodation to the fresh lawyers. So just go through it, and you will yourself experience how important it is.
So, being a first generation lawyer, those who are first generation lawyer, how will you encourage them? How they will be encouraged to participate? In not moot courts, but in practicing session courts. How important it is for them?
See, when you are already here, when you have chosen as a law as a career, certainly you are inclined to become a lawyer, or you wish to practice in some legal field. But there is nothing to be demotivated, be it first generation, be it second generation, third. I even come across with somewhere there are fourth generation law. But at the best, we get only an opportunity or stage to perform. The performance is always on the lawyer, be it first or fourth generation lawyer. They need to do equal hard work. So there is nothing, if you compare it with yourself with the first, second or third, then you are putting yourself into negative flow. So staying apart from that, it is more important that you stay focused on your work. your job, your clients, and this is how you will inspire yourself. Otherwise, if you compare that he is good in that, he is good, then you are insulting yourself. This is what I feel. Even sometimes, even I convey that you got lots of opportunity background, but I convey that this nepotism feeling. That, but I always convey that sometimes I convey, sometimes I don't. But I convey that I need to work equally hard as much you work. You have to work. I also need to convey that. You also need to convey that. I also need to convey client. You also need to convey client. But yes, some infrastructure, some opportunity will be there, but performance is solely upon a lawyer. So don't get into this fact, otherwise it will only demotivate you. Stay focused on you. That's what I will tell you.
How important is of safety in industry?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
The importance of safety in any kind of industries.
The safety is very, very necessary ingredients. So far as if we talk about those industries were earlier and those industries are now, comparing that, they are really having nice infrastructure. The problem for the old industry is that they need to put whole new infrastructure, which is really costly for them. So these scientists and the entrepreneurs really need to come up with such solution that which gives safety to the workers, to the company, to the employers, and so which is really affordable. Without safety, you can mean if your experienced workers die, that is a loss to the family, even loss to the company, because again you will have to find some other workmen. So you need to, even as a lawyer or law students, we need to motivate both employer and employee to be more concerned about their safety. It is really important. This is what I say.
Next question what we have is implementation of labor laws in real world.
See, when I joined, I heard labor court. I'm talking about 2011, 12, 13. I used to hear that earlier there used to be 15,000, 16,000 cases in a court. Now at that time there used to be only registration of 1,000 up to 1,000. So I believe that with the effect of this education, the next generation employers are really inclined for the compliance of law. Secondly, even the government has went to the digitization. So to run away from the compliance of law is really made difficult. So with the help of present infrastructure, it is really become more effective to comply the labor laws. Now, if labor laws are not complied, then it will only result into that will only disturb the peace of the industry. So for even peace of the industry, suppose the labor law says that you cannot terminate an employee without any prior inquiry. If you terminate, that will create disturbance. If you illegally transfer someone, that will create disturbance. If you don't contribute to your PF ESI contribution, then there will be certain disturbance from the employees that please deposit my if they are interested. So my statement was that to maintain the industrial peace, the compliance of labor laws is really necessary.
So how effective is the new labor code which just came after the lockdown?
It is not in practice yet because it is not. But I personally feel that when you streamline all the 37 law into 4 codes, it will be more effective. It is bound to be more effective. It is the time and the honorable courts that how the laws are interpreted that will decide whether it is more effective or less effective than earlier codes. But so far as my gut feeling and my reasonable sense is that it will be more effective. But only time can answer that.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I will take a few questions. Let me check.
Yep.
Okay. You all can ask questions to sir if you have any. You can comment in the box. These questions are already been covered by you, sir. So thank you so much for your time. It was
It was really nice to be part.
It was a very interesting session. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Take care.
Stay safe.